Good morning, my name is Matthew Hugo from Weather Commerce, and this is this morning's weather brief on Tuesday the 29th of March. Today's weather brief will cover a summary on West European 5-day average temperatures, the UK, Europe, Scandinavian precipitation, and finally global weather alerts. Firstly, we'll take a quick summarised look at the mean surface temperatures across Europe, and between days 11 and 15 there is generally no change today compared with yesterday, with temperatures forecast to be very near to climate averages across most areas. However, temperatures may trend slightly above climate averages by 2 or perhaps 3 degrees across parts of Switzerland, France and also Spain. Also, just as a quick reminder that the best performing model is shown in yellow, and the temperature within the middle of the pie charts is the climate average. Between days 6 and 10, a trend from yesterday continues today for temperatures to be generally near or perhaps trending slightly below climate averages as a brief cooler spell of weather develops, particularly across more central and eastern areas of Europe, including places like Austria and Switzerland and also perhaps Germany as well. And finally, within the short term over the next 2 to 5 days, confidence levels are high for temperatures to be generally near or slightly above climate averages by 1 or 2 degrees, particularly across parts of Switzerland, France and also across into the UK. And now taking a look at the United Kingdom in closer detail, and confidence levels are high over the next 2 to 6 days for temperatures to rise from generally near climate average values to become perhaps 3 or 4 degrees above by the weekend of the 2nd and 3rd of April. This is in association with a very mild southwesterly air mass which is forecast to develop across the UK. The following weather chart for Friday the 1st of April helps to illustrate why temperatures are forecast to rise above average, as high pressure to the south of the United Kingdom combines with low pressure to the northwest of the UK and introduces the much milder southwesterly air mass across many parts. Beyond the weekend of the 2nd and 3rd of April, as we approach and move beyond the opening week of April, confidence levels are medium or perhaps medium to high for temperatures to fall and become generally near, if not just perhaps 1 degree Celsius above climate mean of around about 9 degrees Celsius. This is in association with a generally cooler westerly air mass which is forecast to develop across the United Kingdom. It should be noted, however, that the Metro model does maintain a generally higher temperature trend, with temperatures of at least 2 or 3 degrees above climate averages. However, as you can see from the latest UK mean temperatures between the 11 and 15 day time frame, at the present time the GFS ensemble is the best performing model, as highlighted here with the white circle. As a result, I do believe that the Metro model is a warm outlier, and as a result I expect temperatures to be near or just slightly above climate averages within the long term. We're taking a look at European temperatures in closer detail, and starting with the 11 to 15 day time frame, and there's generally no significant changes from yesterday. Temperatures are forecast to be either near or just perhaps slightly above climate averages between 1 and 3 degrees Celsius, particularly across more western areas of Europe, including places like France and also Spain, for example. The latest France model comparison graph helps to illustrate this expected temperature trend within the longer term, and as you can see, the majority of the forecast models do maintain temperatures generally a few degrees above climate averages. However, confidence levels are only medium at best, given that there is some model divergence, with the Metro model in particular quite significantly above climate averages, yet some of the more recent EC ensemble models generally keeping temperatures near to climate averages. Between days 6 and 10, there is reasonable confidence, perhaps medium or medium to high, for temperatures generally to be near climate averages and be within 1 or 2 degrees of average. However, some central and eastern areas of Europe in particular may experience somewhat colder conditions, but there is relatively low confidence for this, given a lack of model consistency. Some of the latest forecast models on the Austria model comparison graph are trending slightly below average within the medium to longer term, particularly the ECM, deterministic and ensembles. However, there is significant model divergence, and as a result confidence levels are relatively low for this particular forecast period. And within the short term, over the next 2 to 5 days, there has again been generally little change, with high confidence for temperatures to be either near or perhaps trending slightly above climate averages, particularly across parts of Switzerland, France, Spain and also into the United Kingdom, as a mild, if not very mild, southwesterly air mass develops over the coming 5 days or so. We're now taking a look at Scandinavian precipitation, and over the next 7 to 10 days precipitation totals are forecast to be well above climate averages across western areas of Norway in particular. Here up to and over 125 millimetres of rainfall is possible. Elsewhere, precipitation totals are forecast to be generally near or slightly below climate averages. This general trend is also forecast to continue as we approach mid-April, with precipitation totals generally above climate averages across western areas of Norway and either generally near, if not just slightly below average, across other areas. We're now taking a look at global weather alerts which highlight significant deviations from normal, and starting with southern areas of Brazil, and particularly around the Rio Grande do Sul, where precipitation totals are forecast to be well below climate averages over the next 7 to 10 days at least, with less than 25% of normal precipitation totals expected. Over the next 5 to 7 days at least, temperatures are forecast to remain quite significantly below climate averages across many eastern areas of the United States, but particularly around the Great Lakes and across to the New York area, where temperatures are forecast to be at least 4 to 6 degrees below climate averages, with some winter precipitation at times as well. And finally, after numerous weeks of cold or very cold conditions across central and northern areas of China, temperatures are forecast to rise and actually become slightly above climate averages by at least 4 to 6 degrees over the next 5 to 7 days. Thank you for listening to today's weather brief. Goodbye.